This is the second video on solving equations at S1 level. We're now going to zoom in on the last two batches of examples. 7x plus 2 is equal to 5x plus 22. The objective of these is to get x on one side of the equation. And hopefully you can see here, on one side of the equal sign, hopefully you can see that we've got x's on both sides of the equal sign. So we're going to need to try and do stuff to try and make x appear only on one side of the equal sign. So if we have a look at this here, we've got 7x here and we've got 5x here. Remember, we only want x's on one side. Do you notice that there's more x's on the left hand side than on the right hand side because 7's bigger than 5? So what I want to do is I'm going to get rid of the 5x from the right hand side. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. 7x subtract 5x is 2x, so I'm going to have 2x plus 2 equals 5x subtract 5x is 0, so that's going to be equal to 22. 2x plus 2 is equal to 22. And now we've got back to a problem which is much more straightforward to solve. We'll subtract 2 from both sides. 2x is equal to 20. We'll divide both sides by 2, which will lead to x equals 10. So 10 is the value that solves both sides. Similarly, if I look at this one here, 3x minus 1 is equal to 7x plus 27. Hopefully you can see here that we've got x's on both sides of the equal sign. This one though, do you notice that the pink 7x is bigger than the yellow 3x? And I think it's easier to deal and get things so that we've got positive values rather than negative x's, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But instead of taking away 7x here, instead of doing this to both sides, I think it's actually going to be easier if we take away 3x from both sides. If we take 3x from both sides, okay, 3x take away 3x is 0, so I'm left with minus 1. And that's going to be 7x take away 3x, which is 4x plus 27. Do you notice that that step there has left me with a positive 4x? If I took away 7x from both sides, I would have a negative 4x over here. So then I'll need to divide later by negative 4. Okay, the objective here is we want to get x on its own. So I've got times it by 4 and add in 27. So I'm going to subtract 27 from both sides. Minus 1 minus 27, start at minus 1. Go down 27, that's minus 28. Minus 28 is equal to 4x. 4 is multiplying x. The opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. So we're going to have 28 divided by 4 is 7. So minus 28 divided by 4 is minus 7. And that's equal to x. So we'd say that x is equal to minus 7. Remember, negative answers are totally normal. Last two examples are when we've got brackets as well. 5 bracket 2x minus 1 equals 35. What we're going to do to solve this, yes, we've got an x on x is on one side, which is nice, but we're going to need to multiply out this bracket first. 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times minus 1 is minus 5. 10x minus 5 is equal to 35. Now, it's a more normal equation. I'm times by 10, I'm taking away 5. So we'll add 5 to both sides. 10x equals 40. We'll divide both sides by 10. And that'll lead to x equals 4. So the big idea there, if there are brackets, multiply them out first and then do stuff to both sides. Same idea here. We're going to multiply out a bracket. That's going to give us 6x minus 9 equals 9. And now we're going to add 9 to both sides. That's going to lead to 6x equals 18. And dividing by 6 is going to give us x equals 3. That's like the core skills for S1 equations. Hopefully that video was helpful and it will help you identify what you need to improve on or help if you're stuck at all. Thanks very much.